But I want us to get into everything this week because, you know, we had a good chance to just kind of pre-pod briefing.
Sit and dissect.
Sit and dissect and chill and that. And I think we've got the perfect person here for this conversation.
Absolutely.
To represent the cufflinks. SummerWalker's album dropped.
Still over it.
Still over it.
So good.
You know.
I'm a big fan.
I've got a lot to say.
Yeah, I mean,
I felt weird because of the lead track from the album was the song with JT, which was kind of like a.
Wasn't mad at it. I don't mind
It
it.
just
I wasn't
a bit off for me from her.
I wasn't mad at
No,
it
not
at
really,
all.
I
I
think.
thought it was very. It started off very London on the trackish.
Yeah. It's very. It's a come through. You know what I mean? You know, on Over It there was come through. It was very. It was more overproduced. It was like a party-ish
Up-tempo.
Up-tempo.
It was an up-tempo vibe to me.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe it will fit in better with the album.
Yeah.
It's very early on in the album. I think it's like track 2 or
It's
track 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't mad at that single like everyone else was.
Not at all.
At the end of the day, because Summer is, for me, is super talented, and for the type of music that she makes, the type of R&B that she does, she is at the top. Do you know what I'm saying? Like how she constructs her music, how she layers her vocals, how she packages her harmonies and all of that.
Amazing.
Like she just does it flawlessly for me.
Yeah.
And with this album, I feel like it's just she's turned it up a notch a little bit. You can tell that there's a lot more budget in this album as well.
Okay.
They've got.
How do you tell that though?
Just by the sound, bro. Like when I'm just listening to it, you've got Sean Garrett in at this point.
Okay.
You can hear him in her harmonies as well, so there's a lot more volume to it for me. And the title of the album is called Still Over It, but there's a difference to what the content on Over It was
very much
to what it is now. It's like
very much.
London on the Track is still on a lot of the songs on this album, but you just don't hear his stamp on the beats as you would have heard on Over It, because
they're not together and
the thing is all mashed up in it.
It's big.
It's basically a fuck you letter to him.
But that's why when I was asking, I wasn't trying to nitpick when you say like you feel there's more budget. I feel you might be right, but I just feel like My Man being the album is a byproduct of their relationship kind of not working out. So you're getting, obviously, maybe you've done a lot of the album already, but we're not fucking with each other. I'm going to go over here and I've got
maybe
more
she just
producers.
wrote to the track.
You know,
you could have made the beat and she wrote to it.
But I think more than anything, like I said, Vans could be right, so it's not to nitpick or have an argument. More than anything, I think why this sounds so good is because it's a real relatable story, something that is happening currently in the news. We're aware of her breaking up with her partner, being pregnant, and then we have all the narratives, and then she kind of answered those questions in the album. So I had to handle the pregnancy all on my own.
Yeah,
it's just the alley-oop for the women online to be like, fuck that nigga music always works, innit? But when it's really, it feels like it's true to life, what's actually happening, she smashed it out of the park.
One thing that I respect is obviously her artistry. I think like a lot of the content on this particular album was redundant for me. Like I didn't, like obviously
it's not for us.
It's not for us. It's not anything that I'm gonna necessarily relate to.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the listening experience and understanding her journey as an artist, regardless of what she's talking about, you can see it on this album. Like, and I think this album's got 20 songs.
Yeah, it's a long album. Yeah.
Over It had 18, 17. So it's not far-fetched. Some of the songs are very short, which was always my criticism.
All that stuff.
With Summer, but if you listen to Over It, she's got a few songs on there that are just acoustic.
Yeah.
Her acoustic version on Still Over It is something like You Don't Know Me, where it's yo, this is
33.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is like some real shit that they've produced here, and I fuck with a lot of songs on this album.
Throw It Away is my personal favorite on the album.
Constant Bullshit is my favorite song on the album.
You got a favorite, Essie? The whole thing. I feel like
no,
we're
do you
leading
know
this
what?
conversation.
Yeah, I'm
and
waiting for Vans to finish speaking because I've got so much to say.
Yeah.
About this.
No Love. Obviously, we
SZA.
saw the picture with her and SZA in the studio.
That's a good song as well.
So I was wondering what it was going to sound like. No Love is like, oh shit, like, you know, maybe some can speak like this one day, hopefully.
Okay. I don't know what you said, but yeah.
I was like, yo, like, okay, you know, it's on an album where you're like, fuck you to the Donny that you were just with. Now you're talking about no love. You don't want no feelings involved. You just want
to Pam
and dip. Yeah. I was like, right, you're that rattled. Obviously, it starts off with Bitter, narrated by Cardi B.
I really like that touch, by the way.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
because it's like similar. I feel like people might take this wrong. I look at Summer as she kind of makes R&B for the ratchets a little bit.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
And I respect it. So like, if you like the
certain babes that I chat to, they don't relate to this.
Yeah. This is the truth. Like, if you like that city girl music and aesthetic in terms of rap, I find that there was a crossover. They, for whatever reason, they relate to a Summer, innit? And the reason why, back to Nish's point, the reason I like the Cardi B touches, they both got similar storylines where like they've kind of been embarrassed by men publicly type of thing, and you've got so many people speaking your situation on what's going on, and like Cardi's just kind of like, I'm a fellow real bitch, man. Let me just kind of like give you some words of wisdom and encouragement, and like, don't let these people kind of play with you and run with it. If anything, own your situation for your benefit. Everyone's talking, getting clicks, whether they're sitting down in this kind of capacity or in like forums, whatever, but let it bleed into your music and you control the narrative, innit?
And it could be a play on the fact that she called her Donny's other BMs bitter.
Yeah.
When they were telling her about this Don.
Yeah. Yes.
She was like, listen, you know.
No, we're gonna get to the segment where we flog Summer as well.
Yeah.
Because we're having an accountability hour as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's still R&A time.
Absolutely.
Like, we're not just running around here let someone think she's Tupac. We need to flog her as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the women warned her, you're like, I don't know how we're jumping. You got 4 baby mum.
No,
great song, but like you're number 4. There was 3 babes before you that had a baby for this guy.
In this album, the reason why I think this album is so excellent, there's so many different layers, and I think there's so many different like storylines within the one album. First of all, obviously she started it off bitter, you know, she's calling the baby mum bitter, and even X for a Reason. When it first came out, I thought that it was a song to say, girls, he's your ex for a reason, but the song is actually saying to the baby mum, he's your ex for a reason, so leave me alone. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So in the context of the album, obviously it starts off, this is my man, I'm not going to leave him. She even says in the album, like, whatever you tell me, I don't care, that's my man, yes. Number 1 was a mistake. Number 2, you just wanted his money. Number 3, I'm number 4, he told me we're going to be together ever, done, leave me alone. Do you get it? Then within the album, she starts to realise, what's going on? You don't know me. We're going here, we're going there. I'm trying to work it out with you, but you're just not getting it. What's going on? You're going to the club with other women. I'm now pregnant. You'll leave me here alone. She's like, what's happening?
It's I think they placed all the songs together correctly.
Perfectly.
Oh yeah.
Perfectly. And then after gets into the next segment of the album, and she's more angry. She's like, okay, cool, yeah, fuck you. You're a fuck nigga. You're broke as well. You said you was producing these songs, but these might actually produced it. All of these things she's saying.
And you.
Well, don't do that now, man.
It's true. It's true.
In the context.
And the thing is that, like,
in the context of the album.
Yeah. So you get to a point of the track listing, when it gets to like, you get to No Love, and then you get to Throw It Away, Reciprocate,
and
You Don't Know
bullshit.
Me, and then you get to Insane, from Insane, and then Constant Bullshit, switch a nigga out, and then Unloyal.
No, but she's not saying, okay, I'm gonna be unloyal, I'm gonna cheat. What she's saying is, I've been so loyal, even on Constant Bullshit and You Don't Know Me and Reciprocate. She's like, I'm staying here, I'm showing you what loyal is.
That's on you though.
No, but I finished. She's like, I'm staying here, I'm showing you. You want to be out in the streets, no morals, just doing all sorts of shenanigans. I'm like, cool, let's work it out. We'll be a pair, we'll be a partner. I'm being loyal. There was no point in that. So now I'm going to be what you call unloyal. I'm going to do me. Then the album ends with Summer saying, you know what, fuck you and your mum, because your mum should have raised a better son. And she also says, people try to warn me but she didn't listen, because at the beginning of the album she's saying, yeah, this is my man, da da da. Then we get to like the last quarter or whatever, 20 songs, last quarter of the album, and she's saying, people warned me, I should have listened, but now, you know what, got my beautiful baby. Then Mrs. Wilson enters the chat. Ciara enters the chat. And I don't know why people are so angry at the prayer, because it's like, don't you pray for things you want? Of course. We all grew up to say amen. What's
but
going
women
on?
just don't want to like admit that, like.
But she does admit it.
No, like the women online that like praying for a man, like you pray for all these other things, pray for your job, pray for health and that. The person you're partnered with is going to have a big impact on your life. So why wouldn't you pray about it?
What do you mean? You have to pray. You can't be out here not
and
praying.
there's bare virtuous single women in the church. You think they're not praying about a man?
You have to pray for everything. You pray for your job. You pray to get out of debt. You're going to pray to, you know, my friends,
it's so
my
funny
family are
that
healthy.
Ciara became the benchmark.
Oh, she had to. Are you joking? After Future.
And 50.
And she had to.
Of course she's praying.
Of course she prayed.
50 didn't do nothing, man.
Yeah, 50.
My God, man. He didn't do
that
nothing.
was cute. I can't leave him alone.
Yeah.
That was a cute single.
Yeah, it was
you
cute.
know.
And she was a teenager, I'm sure. They were young.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like...
I want to say teenager.
Yeah, let's not do that to my
goat.
Probably early 20s. Let's clean it up a little bit.
Yeah,
early 20s.
And he didn't have... Well, whatever. He had his shenanigans. But still, the Future, even with Ciara, I'm sure people told her, but when you like...
They're not calling me the Future for no reason.
Come on. When this is your guy, yeah, he might have his red flags. Obviously, as I said,
he gave
America
you a number one single.
Is different.
He gave you a number one hit.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, be grateful, man.
Yeah, you ain't seen one since.
Facts. Now you're just playing housewife. Great life, though.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing cufflinks.
No.
I thought we were in and out.
Yeah, it's just like on Friday, I was in different rooms, isn't it?
I ain't committed fully to cufflinks, but I'm here.
You need to. Anyway,
I'll hold
as
your
we're
bag,
saying,
I'll help you out.
This is a C-Links conversation. What was I saying now? Yeah, so she's done the Ciara prayer, cool. And that's why I think the album is very well-rounded. And I feel like, whereas with Over It, there wasn't necessarily it was just Over It is my album.
But this one is more of a storyline, though. That's what
you know what?
Over It is a
and like a
collection of
lot of
songs
people
that you
were
can
talking
get
about
to.
Over It being better than Still Over It. I'm not inclined to agree.
The album's been out for 5 minutes.
It's been out for 5 minutes. Let it land.
It's been out for 5 minutes,
Let it
but
land.
like I think a lot of the songs I enjoyed listening to more
on Over It.
On Still Over It. I thought she sang better.
No,
I just thought she sang better.
I don't think so.
On this one.
Funny enough, I think she sings better on Over It.
Yeah. Over It.
I don't think she sang better on this
Body, I'm like,
woof, I don't really want
that's my tune on there.
Off of You, Come Through. No, this is what I'm saying. We need to
Personally,
let it land.
Vans, I'll be honest here.
Please.
Maybe you need to spend the weekend listening to Over It again.
Please.
I think she sang
please.
like
She was
I
singing.
did.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
I listened to both albums over the past couple of days.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be one of those forever arguments.
But no, that's a compliment to her.
Yeah,
because
as a collective.
she's produced 2 bodies of work well back to back.
I agree.
But also, I think like 5 minutes. This album's only been
5
out.
minutes.
Yeah.
And also, what I also wanted to say, sorry, was that you made a point that her writing on Still Over It is so much more mature. But I feel like the reason it resonates with so many women. I know you said some of your female friends, whatever, will not connect with being a 4th baby mum. I've never been pregnant with someone with 3 kids.
Not even just that,
all of that
per se, but just the entire content of the album.
No, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
I think it was off the back of my comment talking about. I feel like Summers makes music for the ratchet.
For the ratchet girl.
That's why. Yeah.
But I will say, like, even the old Summer songs, not old but older, where she's like, you don't know what love is if you don't put up a fight. All of that, I'm telling you, women, no.
Yeah.
And now she's saying stuff like, you don't know me. And she said, all I ask you to do is stay. Come on. Yeah. That's what, and she's like, it's the bare minimum. Bare minimum. She just wants her man to stay and not cheat. What is that?
But then can we get back to the flogging? Like he was out here fighting his initial baby mum. Like,
yeah, but she said. That's why I feel like it's not necessarily you don't take accountability, because there's a whole section in the album, in the quarters, where she's like, everyone told me I was fighting your mum, I was fighting the baby mum. You told me I was going to be different. I was a dickhead for believing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she even alluded that my man said he had a ring, he was going to get married. Niggas break up with a girl, suddenly we're going to marry her. And that.
How can your whole brand just be deadbeat dad? What is going on? What is that? What is that? Like, what the hell? Fourth. You got 4 kids. You take care of any of them. What?
Yeah, but like as a woman, like at what point do you like, raise your eyebrow?
at the initial point. So
Because
someone should
eyebrows
never
are
struggle
raised
there.
over me for having one.
Yeah, it's
But you're
true.
not a deadbeat though. What's going on?
I'm not.
But
But I'm
America's
just saying
different.
it's just like
It's America.
having a kid. Like sometimes to a certain woman,
Yeah.
you know, it's a stain.
Yeah,
No,
'cause
that's
like,
fair, yeah.
Regardless of the fact that you're there for your child is and that like sometimes it's like I'll get along with my daughter's mum
Yeah.
and it's like why aren't you beefing? And I'm like what?
Because that's also our toxic nature is what we're used to, innit?
yeah.
And I think for that for the person or persons that may be looking at you in that manner,
Yeah.
it makes more sense for them. It's easier to deal with because if you guys get along, in their head it means you might still be dealing. Whereas if you're
Yeah,
beefing,
very
it's
true.
like, oh yeah, they don't even talk anyway. I can
Very
enjoy him in
true.
my capacity. But
Very true.
if you're vibing and you get along, which you should be doing, raising a beautiful, healthy child and that, why should you be beefing? We can be happy. Like,
Yeah, man. Like I'm all about
equally, I
raising a child in a healthy environment, regardless of the fact that regardless of the circumstance.
Yeah. But I think some women, I mean, to be honest, if a guy had a child now, I don't know, I still be like,
no, we've gone full circle now because we're adults and we're grown.
yeah.
It's like it's a possibility.
Yeah,
I've had the flip
exactly.
side where
Yeah,
like
it's a
some toxic
possibility.
babes are like, raw, you ain't got you. Like,
yeah, it's so true.
like
so
what
true.
going for you? Something wrong
so
with you?
True. So true.
Like when
That
you're
is
single
very
days, you're
true.
like, what? You're at this age, you ain't got a kid.
That is so
So
true.
it all depends how
What
you're
was that
raised. bro.
rhetoric on Twitter?
is
Like
so true.
all the clap niggas.
Yeah,
ain't
all,
got
yeah, all the
youths.
clap niggas ain't got you.
That is true. It's true. But obviously,
Like if you
at
was
a
buff,
certain
someone would have held your child.
age- Yeah, but at a certain age, you're like, I don't want to be a stepmom.
Yeah.
So
But that's also very fair though. It's like
Yeah.
if you haven't got a child yourself, enter in a situation where man or woman where that person has a child. Yes, we're adults, but it's a different dynamic. There you got someone else to consider.
yeah,
You know, so there is a lot that comes with it, which is I think why you said is what you're saying is probably right. Is why the album is relatable because maybe some women aren't in a situation with they're the fourth baby mum, but they might be.
there's a red flag.
He might have a child in it.
Not even a child. There's a flag,
Yeah.
and you've ignored it. I can sit here, hand on my heart. We've been honest on this podcast.
Okay.
There's been flags.
What's been the biggest red flag you've ignored?
No, there's been a couple flags. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go for the main one.
No, I'm not saying there's a main, but collectively, it's a flag in it. Certain things he ain't got this, he ain't got that. He's
let's
doing
talk about
this,
some of the stuff he hasn't
he's
got.
doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very, very flaggy. But you're just like, oh, you know what? It's my man.
Okay, but what helps you ignore the red flag?
Because I liked him. That was it.
What was he like the aesthetic?
The aesthetic, no, obviously I liked him in it.
Okay.
I liked him. So
And I'm just trying to give some advice to some of the RNA community like that may have some red flags, but like if
the
you're
thing
tall
is,
enough,
no,
if you drive a nice enough whip,
male red flags, yeah, get ignored every day. Men don't have to do much. He wasn't doing much for me to
Okay.
ignore this red flag, really and truly, in hindsight. Do you know what I'm
you
saying?
just liked him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the album, yes, I've never.
Okay, so you've been there as a woman, maybe like I don't want to be rude, maybe like stupidly in love or blindly in love.
Absolutely, everyone has a dumb bitch stage. DBS, do you get it? For one person and one person only. It's not gonna happen again. I'm not gonna see these same red flags.
Preach, queen.
No, it's true. You can't.
DBS.
Yeah,
Dumb
everyone's
bitch
been,
stage.
everyone's been a dumb
And the
bitch.
thing is
Only
that,
did it
like-
once though.
But the thing is that like Summer's there, yeah, seeing Donnie on the production boards, like curating songs for her.
Yeah, and suddenly now he didn't produce the material. Like, lie, man, don't say that, man. She said that. Oh, it was other guys producing. When I was producing bangers for you, I was your producer. Now
well,
suddenly
that's
I
the
didn't
in-house
produce.
Yeah,
beef,
but like,
whatever.
I mean, there could be a difference where she was assuming that when he said he was a producer that he's a beat maker.
It's no matter fans. When you break up with a girl, she always throws grenades out there.
Yeah,
bro.
saying, "Oh, you're a 1 minute man. You couldn't like your dick's small and shit."
I've been with you,
like, bro,
I've been with you like 7 years.
This is
Fool-
us, yeah.
like, listen,
yeah.
more
When you're in
fool
love,
to
you
you.
ignore the red flags. You just keep it going because that's
Do you know
my
what I'm
nigga,
saying?
and
Like,
I'm
you
sticking
know,
by him.
Yeah,
you were by him.
Yeah,
I'ma stick
you were
by
dealing
him.
with like 60-second sessions.
Yeah.
Well,
And you was loving it.
Yeah, you were loving it.
do you know what I mean?
But the
So-
thing is that like, all right, cool. Back to music. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have some gripes.
Go on.
Get Pharrell off this album.
why?
I didn't enjoy that song at all.
What song? What song?
That right there.
What song is that?
The one just before the one with Omarion.
And that,
And that's a good song.
No, that was the one. Yeah, the one just before, in between Toxic with Dirk.
Wait,
Get
excuse me,
Dirk
hold
off this
on.
album as well.
Hold on.
Get
Oh,
Dirk.
that right there. Oh, not that I skip it, but I don't
Nah,
so
you're
that we
skipping
take it in. But the Omarion song, I'm very happy he's done that. You know.
Yeah, it's a very good touch.
Listen, when I
Yeah.
tell you about Omarion,
No, I know.
yeah,
I know.
he can make he's got 100 of those.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
He
Listen
didn't
to
even
his
do
music.
too much on that song.
You listen to his music, forget the pop locking stuff. When he's in that bag,
He's
he
in
would
it.
he would do it like properly.
Have people forgotten MIA, that song?
Listen,
what
when I tell you,
song?
he's got bangers.
Yeah, of course,
He's got bangers.
Of course. I enjoyed that very much, and I was happy that it wasn't a bait, like not bait. We know Brent Fayez, someone of now.
No, I know what you mean. Like someone,
Yeah.
someone overly current that we would have thought.
overly
That
current.
we would have thought, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Omarion, he's gonna.
It's just a good singer.
You get in the studio with him, he's gonna produce something like that. If you listen to his album Sex Playlist, there's a lot of those that you heard on that. Do you know what I'm saying? And a song before that right there is Toxic.
Yeah.
Oh, with Dirk.
You don't like Dirk on there?
I don't mind it.
Do you know what? Yeah, for me, sometimes I know that a person is hot, but they don't always have to be on the album.
Yeah.
It didn't offend me, but I know what you mean.
He didn't need to be on there because she done such a great job, and then when he came on, it threw me off a little bit, and I was like,
I know what you mean. That's how I felt about Snow Allegra and Tyler the Creator.
Right, with the 3 or 4 songs that she's on.
I was just like, it's a bit like jarring to the album, but she's like, oh, they those songs are her favorite. I'm like,
it's weird though, because like what the artist might like and what we might receive and not.
because when she was doing a Q&A on Twitter and everyone was like,
Tyler's
it's
the
grown
bigger
on me.
artist, you know, it's kind of cool to
He's
have
a bigger
Tyler on
artist.
Big Snow.
Yeah,
He
he is. But is he like, is it giving?
What's Tyler the Creator?
Not necessarily. On a Snow Allegra album, it was cute though. Now it's cute, but when I heard it, I was like,
Just having a Tyler look and the association,
Is it?
and
Is it?
especially
Is it
like
an
when
association?
she's on the next step of her career.
But look what you just said though, how it contradicts what you just said a second ago. Just because that person's popping or the bigger artist doesn't mean so for you.
No,
but I'm
but
just saying for you.
I don't like the.
No, but I'm
songs.
reading. But I'm saying for you.
But I'm just
for you
saying,
listen to
as an
Still Over It.
artist, yeah. So it's I understand why,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying I'm saying that to artists, they don't necessarily need to take that direction just because. But Dirk, I'm not saying that Dirk is bigger than Summer.
Yeah.
It's just that he's hot.
No, he's hot. He's
But
he's
then
a popping artist.
Tyler is like
I think they're friends as well. Tyler and Snow are
Tyler and Snow are friends.
Yeah.
And he wears many hats. He produces, he writes,
I don't know.
he
Even the
sings and he
Pharrell
raps.
on that, it's just like,
Yeah, having the Pharrell thing is a great look. Like someone like Summer can say that she's had the Neptunes
Yeah.
produced for her, which on a rap sheet,
is it-
career wise, is a good look.
Yeah.
But how is it gonna sound?
Your thing is your default setting is, does it sound good?
Yeah.
Does it sound
You
good?
don't care who's on there. It has to sound good.
Like,
I think it's not that it doesn't sound good. It's just that when you hear it, it's a jar. You're like, oh, like it takes you out
It
of
doesn't even
the flow of the
in,
album.
she
in,
didn't
in a
need it.
sandwich of those two
Yes,
songs.
yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
even fit.
I hear you completely.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear
imagine like
completely.
someone serving you a sandwich, like, and there's shit
Where
in it that you
where
don't
we
even
going
like.
with this? Yeah.
Yeah,
There's shit in it that you don't even like.
Pork.
I was like, why was I
Swine.
don't do that.
nah.
I like that shit in my sandwich.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
Second half of the album, obviously, from Switch a Nigga Out, Unloyal with Ari Lennox.
Oh,
I
great
loved.
song, great song.
And I'm happy, even though like I think I might have alluded to the R&B girls. It's like it's them three, Ari, SZA, and Summer. Like let's get it interesting. I'm happy that they work together and like they're producing decent.
Yeah,
albums.
when
Of course.
we saw Ari and Summer on the Apple Music interview. That I think they interviewed each other at one
Back in
point.
the day, before Summer got all her surgery, yes, I remember. And then she was talking about her bum implants.
Yeah,
Yes, I
exactly.
remember,
So
I remember.
you kind of knew from then like something will be on the cards.
Yeah.
Whether she'd be on Ari's next project
Or
or vice versa.
Yeah.
But it was great. The instruments that they used, the sax on there. I
no
was
proper
like,
music,
yo.
man. You listen out for the musicality, innit?
Yeah,
You have
absolutely,
to.
man.
And
So,
because don't forget, SummerWalker, is actually an artist. Like,
oh
I know-
yeah, she plays the keys.
do you know what I
She
mean?
plays
She's
the
an
guitar.
artist. Like the song, she's got instruments in her songs. When she does her live shows and like when she performs, maybe not now, but before she would have the lights off because you don't see me. Listen to what's happening.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, first reactions, I saw a lot of people saying that this is boring
No.
and blah blah blah.
No taste.
And this time there was a lot more attention on the album because of the content.
The storyline. You need a
the
storyline
story.
sometimes.
And it attracted a lot more people to have an opinion and stuff. So I wasn't mad at the album at all.
At all.
Is there
Because
a
I
sweet
picked-
irony in you being like as the man dissed all over an album that allegedly you produced heavily on and you're going to get paid a lot on.
No,
Paid a lot
because
from.
He probably, like I said, he probably produced a beat.
It's like, you're
she
dissing me
wrote
on
to
this, but
it.
I'm going to earn off this. Like, who's the real winner here?
Yeah, but I don't think it's about winning. I think it's about...
Oh, no, this is the internet. It's definitely about winning.
Nah, because really and truly, yeah, cool. Yeah, you're a producer. You've produced my album. We were in a relationship.
Yeah, because
songs
they
were done. Do you know what I'm saying?
the songs were already done.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm saying?
But you
Like, so
I
it's
was pregnant and you
mid-breakup.
left me. So I'm going to speak about it. Whether you're on the song, whether you have 90% of the rights to the song, I have to let the world know.
He acted like he didn't, his phone was off. He didn't see what was going on. He did repost something from Young Thug because Young Thug said F SummerWalker because he caught a shot on the
it's just
on the
silly.
fourth Baby Mum song.
Yeah, I feel like at a certain point, yeah, cool. Obviously the internet, but content, girls against guys, da da da.
It gets the streets going though.
Yeah, it does. When you actually break it down, like you just left her. Like you got 4 kids, innit?
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
No, don't worry. I can do agenda, but certain things I can't back.
Yeah, like it's just what? That's why when I'm listening to it, I'm like, yeah, cool. I've never had a major red flag like that. But at a certain point, I think it's past like being a red flag. And it's more like, what is going on? Like you, and the fact that you're even just happy to be on the album, get your P's, you know, you produced, okay, cool, 3/4 of it, London on the track, whatever your stupid name is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Don't do that.
Yeah, whatever your name is, London something. But yeah, you're getting your coins and yeah, you're still winning because you're still on the album. It goes #1, you're still getting money. But you're just a deadbeat.
But the thing is, why the game's rigged is like what you're saying. It should be that way. That like Donny's getting dissed for something that is heinous and that.
But it's
he's
clearly
right
not as
now.
heinous.
He's probably smashing something new, young, and
he was doing it while
flavoursome.
she was pregnant.
Like,
So he didn't even care.
But I think that's why the game's rigged. It's like this thing's not even going to rub him out in that way. He's probably going to go into baby number 5, 6, 7.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me because even when you hear cheating stories, it's just so normal, so normalized. Obviously, the first song's bitter. Cardi got cheated on by Offset.
Offset.
Cheating babes unite. Yeah. But it's like, what is going on? You're just. Anyway.
It's an entire messy situation
But
in their real lives.
Amazing content.
It makes the content, but it's just like, what is going on?
But then it brings out an album which
of course
is gonna obviously do well. It was trending on Twitter. I wasn't mad at the features that she had, obviously aside
from the
Dirk and
Pharrell.
Yeah.
So both of the men then. No, I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying would there have been a male?
Yeah, I mean,
Omarion. Sorry, Omarion. Of course,
Omarion.
Omarion saved it for the man them.
Yeah,
he saved it for the man them.
Yeah.
You know, the Ari Lennox and the Scissor link up was great for me. They both delivered. They all delivered on this.
And I appreciate the contribution from Cardi B and Ciara.
Oh yeah,
I think just starting and ending the album,
you know
like
what?
It makes sense.
This is what I'm saying. Yeah, that journey, because at the beginning you're cussing a baby mum, you're thinking you're a dickhead. Don't chat to me. I'm gonna knock all of you out. This is my man now. Da da da. Then by the end, you've humbled yourself. She humbled herself.
But why do you have to go through all the mazza to
life,
get
innit?
no? But to get to the point where
life.
you want to be like a Ciara, you want that prayer.
It's
Like
life.
of course, like I don't know what's really happening.
Because like
the
I
storyline of like starting the album like being bitter, having issues with baby mum, his exes, whatever, and then finishing the album, getting to the point of like, so like Ciara's been positioned as like the promised land of happiness, you know.
Like
after dealing with all the fuck niggas, you go and be happy with your wholesome Donny.
Yeah.
Why do you have to go through the whole madness to get to the Ciara point?
Because like I said, everyone, women, maybe not men, because you guys, your life is different. You get it, and the quality is a bit different. But let me not say every in it, but you know, women, girls, we all have a dumb bitch stage, and that isn't testament to how. I mean, yeah, it's testament to how stupid we are, but it's also testament to the bullshit that men are just doing, and you just accept it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not just that women are just stupid. The men are also offering nonsense, and you just accept it. So yeah, you have to go through the ringer. Then you come out the other end, you realise, you think, wait. That's why you see all these threads and stories. What's the dumbest thing you've done when you was in love? People do madness, not just women. Men do madness too. Oh yeah. So when we just
don't share our L's online.
No, they do. They definitely do. Or you share your L's in other ways, but it happens, innit? So now, I've done the mad. Like I said, my L, my red flag is not as big as Summer's red flag, but it's a red flag nonetheless. Do you get it?
So you can relate on yours.
So at the end of the
micro
album,
level, you can relate.
I done my Ciara prayer.
Okay.
You have to say, God, you know what? Thank you for this lesson. Now it's time for my blessings. Amen. And you keep it moving.
No, I'm with it, man. I really enjoy the album, and I'm happy that I think she's done like, we don't know. It's not saying that we overly care about numbers, but seeing like 200,000
I don't
plus,
even know,
biggest selling female album since I think like it said Lemonade.
Yeah,
Apparently.
but they called it Lemonade R&B, which I have an issue with. But anyway,
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily R&B.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't at all.
Yeah, I think there was a lot
That's
of
the nigga stamp, bro. You know the vibes.
yeah,
Yeah.
she black.
there was
Tyler got it when they put him in the rap section as well. You know, it happens.
Yeah, and I think with this album, surrounding the release of this album, there was a lot of talks of the contract that she had
Oh, I didn't see that happen.
LVRN,
after, yeah.
saying
Is that a
that
management contract or a label contract?
I think it was a label contract. I think it was
Is
the
she
first
in a
contract that
bad
she had
deal?
signed. She was on a bad deal where she was
Yeah.
only earning per, let's say, every dollar that the album sold, she would only get like 10 cents.
Okay.
It was like 15 cents. But equally,
Yeah,
the
10,
bigger you
15
get, the more
cents.
leverage you have. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
So I think it was the first deal that she signed, which was a little bit unfair from Billboard to go out and publish.
Oh, was
because
that from Billboard that put it out?
Yeah, so it sent out a message to, I think, the masses that she's in a fucked
bad
up deal.
I don't think that's the case.
But why are they telling us that? Usually, we like the narrative is the artist comes and tells us they're in a bad deal.
I think it was even
kind
Wall
of
Street
like-
Journal. One of
Yeah,
them.
but then it started to pick up from other publications,
Yeah.
like credible ones,
Yeah.
especially.
Okay.
But she released a statement saying, I've been seeing a lot of chatter online. I didn't say anything because I wanted to focus. I wanted to stay focused on releasing my album. Now, let me clear the air. What the article said is not my current record deal. Over the years, my deal has changed many times. I've always had my own representation and full support from LVRN.
Yeah.
Thank you to my fans for always having my back and for all the love. Y'all keep showing my new album. Appreciate you.
I love it. SummerWalker is my girl, man.
So yeah,
Love
I guess like it was a pretty standard
First artist,
push
first
back
project deal, yeah.
from
I
her.
don't even. Obviously, I
on
didn't
the
see it at the
Insta.
time. I don't really.
Yeah.
I didn't really. I'm trying to pay attention to less and less because
You know, it's
number one,
trendy to say,
I-
oh my
I
god,
Yeah,
don't-
man.
I don't
finessed
know.
by labels.
we need to know like a music expert. Most people don't know the rule, like how to handle a box standard contract, and she won't be the first person, unfortunately. And I hope she's the last, but she won't be the last person to be allegedly in a bad deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's introduction is the label are taking a gamble at the end of the day, so
100%.
they're gonna see what they can get from you.
Whoever the bank is sets the rules. It's just that
Yeah,
simple.
yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
something to even please.
100%.
And then-
if we're
and
giving
then-
you bread, we set the rules.
And then you're able to, once you show and prove, you've got a lot more leverage. Renegotiate. She's at this point where she's good. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I know that like some labels, what they like to do is like they mask a lot of their seediness with gifting their artist things.
Okay.
So I saw LVRN, like after Over It, they gifted a brand new G-Wagon.
And that's coming out of your, possibly coming out of your budget.
But she's out there. They're a young collective over there. Her and Black, 6 Lakh.
Yeah, it's
are
very
their
much
main
an
hitters.
independent. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a major
and
label.
it's
screwing you over.
LVRN
Yeah, it's
/
not that at all.
Interscope. So she's got the major behind her as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean she's doing well. This album's gonna go number 1, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I can't lie to you.
It's on brand, man. With like where we're at, like in terms of the social commentary, have that kind of like. Even though I know X-Men don't like it, but that kind of men versus women stuff. This kind of album's always gonna work in it, and it helps that it is good music as well.
I also want to say that like people need to stop saying that R&B is dead, because
Are
it's
people
not.
still saying that?
People are still saying that. I still see that a lot.
It's boring now.
It's boring now. Like we're in a new era. Whether you like it or not, there's a lot of these guys out there that are doing really well. They're producing great music, and when I say these guys, I'm not necessarily saying men. I'm saying women. Women, for me, the women in R&B they're taking it.
Check out end of year wrap ups. The last 2 years, some of our most favorite albums have been R&B. If anything,
the men are popping as well. But
if anything, I've been
Women
more
are
disappointed in rap, really, especially even the last like 12 months.
Oh, bro, I'm clean on the R&B side.
I remember I came on this podcast and I said that SummerWalker
You did.
was leading
You did.
Vans wanted to kill you that week.
You did.
And everyone said, no. What about SZA? I said, I'm not disputing SZA. Oh, what about Aris? I'm not disputing Aris. I'm not disputing it. What I'm saying to you is SummerWalker is at the top. She's pushing it right now. Everyone was like, no. I really she but a baby. And
I think
was
it's
like,
still
I'm not
arguable. I think
Not
it's
at
still
all.
arguable.
Don't set her
Obviously now,
I think
it's
my
like,
point has been proven.
yeah, it has, because she's
Thank
got
you.
the biggest. She's got the biggest selling,
I think,
and
but what it is,
the controversy
also,
around it.
Sis hasn't released yet, so we're gonna
No.
wait and see it.
No, but
Yeah,
what I was saying
because
was at the time,
SZA's
even when SZA was
singles-
releasing,
Yeah.
SZA's singles, so far, obviously no album yet, but
I'm
they've
excited
been
for
better than.
And that's why, even
They've
though
been
I
better
heard
than
what you're saying at
Summer.
the
I hear
time.
what you're saying, but it's just like at the end of the day, it's subjective, and obviously
you know, we lot are gonna
sometimes
sit
you've got
together,
stats.
so
You've got
it's
stats.
fine.
No.
I know how
You've
it
got
goes on
stats
this
to back up
pod.
your points.
I know
And
how it
obviously,
goes.
like I was a her
And
advocate.
also, I said this before the stats were even out. I was saying, guys, trust
No, what it is
me.
she was
Over
defending
it.
her artist, and I liked where her
No, but
standpoint was.
also
No,
Ari and SZA, I used to bang out SZA, like honestly, back to front, yeah, when I was in uni.
What's better, over it or control?
Over
Control.
it. Over it.
Control.
Not over it.
Control.
And there's a couple songs on Control. Listen.
I hear you about it, but
Listen. Need you
it's-
for the old
but
me.
it is
That's the
Need you
one.
for my sanity. What? You're not hearing what she's saying. However,
Where she was like, "Oh, tell me my booty's big." And
oh,
it ain't.
you're not hearing
I'm
what
like,
you're
why?
not
But
hear-
why? Why do
you're
women
not-
behave like this?
You're not hearing what
Have
she's
you not told
saying.
your babe she's the most beautiful girl in the world? And
Of course you have.
Yeah,
Of course
but like that's
So you can't
different to
like-
telling her that her booty's getting bigger.
You're not
when it
hearing
ain't.
what SZA's saying. But the thing is, all I was saying at that point was that, yes, Control was a... But in terms of leading the charge, yeah. Of the new vibe, not just the new sound, but just leading this charge of this current R&B,
For the ratchets.
SummerWalker, not for the ratchets, no. SummerWalker was at the top. And this is before she dropped Over It. This was, or maybe it was around Over It.
You know,
It was-
Over It had been out. I can't remember.
it
Over
was
It,
out.
Over It.
And actually
Over
had
It was
Clear
out.
EP. Do you get it? She was doing session 32. Please. I was
I
like,
mean,
please. Everyone jumped
they're-
out my
they're
throat.
cool.
I don't know
They're
that
cool.
today.
They're
There's
cool.
bare stuff in the
What's
agenda.
cool?
Those ones before Over It were cool.
Clear EP was cool.
Cool.
Oh, Vans. Call yourself a music man.
2 minutes. 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Clear
like,
EP, no, the songs were like 6 minutes. Riot, Grave, Wasted. Get out.
I don't know if you listen to where
Get
she
out.
listens to it.
I don't. Wasted is like 6 minutes long.
yeah,
I'm not mad at
you.
you, Summer, especially now. Do you know what it is? You can come in here, run around
And
that
talk my
pack
shit,
because the
'cause
album's
I
come
said
out
it.
and it's a good album. So
Thank you.
we'll wait and see when Scissors comes
Cuff
out.
links.
But I'm happy that we're in a
Cuff
space
Like,
where
last day of summer came out. Yeah,
No, forget that one. Forget that. Forget
12
that.
songs and it's 28 minutes long.
Last Day
Yeah.
of Summer, the one with Boy Wonder or No Idea. What's his name?
no idea, you know.
What's his name on the thing? Noah.
I'm screaming.
The ones
You
that
were
were
trying to
next
say
door's
no
good.
idea. You say no idea.
I'm not saying Noah with a one in it. Yeah,
Last
I
day
didn't
of
like
summer,
that.
like I did fuck with some of the songs on there, but
The one with Party Next Door.
12 songs and it's 28 minutes long. That means the songs are like what, 2 minutes long.
Yeah. But Vans has been consistent with his issue about the short songs.
Yeah, but there are, like you said, you know,
I'm glad to
She's
have been proven.
leading.
I'm so glad. Thank you.
You just got to let Essie have.
there's a lot of
Shut me
R&B girls, women that are putting out quality content.
Agreed.
My gripe is not whoever's leading, it's more so of the whole conversation of R&B being dead
Yes. No.
or not being how it was. We need to get rid of that and we need to move forward with the
But people are
sound that
probably
is
saying
currently pushing it.
they're probably it's a nostalgia thing. They're probably not. They're probably only listening to old school stuff and ain't giving the stuff that we've been paying attention over the last
However,
like 4
no,
or
no,
5
no.
years a chance.
However, I will say the conversation of R&B not being the same, I think is valid. I do think so because
It's not gonna.
no,
rap
wait,
is
no,
not the
wait,
same.
wait, wait.
But I don't
wait.
think you can't say
No,
it's not
yeah,
because we've
no,
come in and
wait.
acknowledged that like when women have been saying that they want us to get back to crying in the rain.
Yeah,
There's a certain aesthetic and
yeah.
a sound
Not even
that
the
isn't the
sound.
same.
The reason I
It's
think
not a
you
bad thing
like
it's changed, but it definitely has changed.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it hasn't,
no, yeah, but
but
I
they're
think,
saying that it's dead.
No.
Which for me,
We've
it's
acknowledged
just
that.
changed.
We're harking the same point, though.
Yeah.
We've acknowledged that those people that are talking probably okay. Maybe just to put from point of clarity, they're probably not even listening to what's going on out there. Because my thing is, if you actually listen, I don't think you can say it's dead.
no, but what I'm saying is, even though people are saying R&B isn't the same, I think that is still a valid and agreeable point. when they're saying it in a negative way, because I think the reason you like songs like Constant Bullshit, yeah, because the harmonies, she's layering the harmonies, there's a lot of instrumentation in the song, it's giving. Do you get it? It sounds like Usher songs from back in the day when there was harmony, there was stacked, there was this, there was that. She's giving us all sorts, whereas now certain R&B songs, for example, it's just the one vocal, bit softy
key change.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's not as dramatic. There isn't, because obviously you're singing about love, innit? It's the most passionate emotion. You're heartbroken, you're crying on the floor. That's why it was so expressive. Obviously it came from gospel. You're singing about God in the church. It's expressive, it's passionate. You got this part of the choir, that part of the choir, the drummer. You got Kurt Franklin at the front directing everything. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like those elements of R&B are still very important to have. And a song like Constant Bullshit, those same elements have appeared
absolutely.
in the song.
Like none of my goats are any of these new people.
That's what I mean.
Like,
so when people say,
I still very much like hold old R&B in
to a higher regard.
To a higher regard.
That's what I mean.
It's just that I can't not acknowledge what's going on right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Even in the UK with a lot of the artists that are producing music, like I'm like, yo, this is high quality shit. Yeah,
it's still high quality, but I think that fact in particular is
but
I wish it was better quality.
No, but I want people to appreciate what's happening right now instead of comparing and letting nostalgia
I don't think it's nostalgia though. I know what you mean, but I think that particular point, I don't think it's nostalgia. And I don't think it should just be saying, oh, you only listen to old shit. I feel like that particular point is more to do with artistry than just to do with like, oh, you're not falling on your knees. Do you know what I'm saying? Because how can you remove something like a harmony from a song? Do you get it? How can you have a song 3 minutes 56 seconds?
Yeah, but not everyone's going to have that level of critique. They're just going to be like, oh yeah, you're not singing in the rain anymore.
Yeah,
well, but I think what she's saying is she's pulling an extra layer back, which is what they're really saying about realizing is that passion and drama is because you aren't doing the runs, you aren't doing the harmonies, you aren't doing the key changes. Yeah. The reason why you get that aesthetic comes from that sound.
Yeah, but niggas back in the day, like they could have just had passion. They weren't like over harmonizing or like One Wish wasn't like, you know, layered, or structured in a great way. It was just passion.
But even an example of that, that's an old school song that you can reference as maybe being basic from like when you break it all down. There's still music to this day that doesn't even compare to that.
This is what I mean.
But I don't want to overly like nitpick the point. I think if you put a full stop on it, is I hear what you're saying in regards to people complaining about R&B being dead. We just do our job, which we've been doing with our podcast naturally because we love music. Highlight the music we enjoy, whether it's the songs we're playing at the start, the songs we recommend towards the end in our music segment, the songs that are on the playlist, and that's all we can do. That's it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
So
we love you, Summer.
I'm more than satisfied with
very much. I've got Summer, Snow, Kalani. I'm good.
He spoke for choice on that.
Yeah. And I mean, Snow's last album got criticised.
Please, you can't talk to Snow Legua. Don't.
It got criticised.
You can't do it. Tangerine Dream.
Listen, I mean,
what a song.
I mean, we can, but we can do it another day because I want to talk about.